Namaskar, welcome to Learning. My name is Dr. Hemant and today we are going to start class 12 mathematics, the first chapter which is relations and functions. So in this lecture we will discuss the introductory part where we'll have a look at some basic background overview and the concept which we might have studied in our class 11th mathematics relation and function chapter. So as the word says it, relation which is from the word English word relation, this word term having coined, and relations, if there is any two objects which there is a recognizable or link between the two objects which is recognizable, then those objects are said to be related. So the similar term which we use in English, the term relation. So in this chapter we will study about different types of relations and functions, and the composition of functions, inverse functions, and some binary operations related to this. So this is all will come in one to other lecture as we proceed in this chapter. Before that, let's have a review of what we might have studied in class 11, and which is very important for conceptual point of view when we are going deep into the chapter and the related terms, technical terms. Before that, we should have some conceptual background to it. So let's see what are the important background which we need to revive from our previous learnings. The first is set. So what is set? It's a well-defined collection of objects. For example, you can say the number set of all real numbers, let's say n, such that the set of all natural numbers or you can say R, where it can be the set of all real numbers. You can have, let's say, R plus, where you can set of all positive real numbers. Okay, so these are all the set, which is a well-defined collection of objects. So the elements, objects, members, all are synonymous terms which is used in terms of set. Generally, set is represented as denoted by capital letters like A, B, C, X, Y, Z, and the elements are the set elements. Sets elements are denoted with small letters like X, Y, Z, P, Q, etc. Right? Also, when we write in mathematics, we follow the mathematics language. So typically, we should understand what we want to say. So as I said that the elements are represented as small letters and the sets in big letters. So we can say, if you write A epsilon A, so how we read it? So we read it that A is that element. So element A, epsilon here represents the it is epsilon, which represents it means the belongs to. Okay, so when I say A element A epsilon A, it means A belongs to set A. So element A belongs to set A, right? Similarly, if I write A is I strike out epsilon and then write A, it means that B does not belong to. So it is that epsilon cut here, it says that does not belongs to. So it means that B does not belong to set A. So this is how no, these are the technical terms. Like when I write, then what it means. No, when we put in a statement form, then you should understand. If I write a epsilon a, it means the small letter represents that element of a set, and the capital letter represents the set. Epsilon is no, also we call it element of or belongs to. B is not element of or not belongs to, so does not belongs to. So these are that how we are representing. And also no, the elements are no, when we put in a set, so we put it in braces like that. So the elements are separated by comma and put under this kind of braces. So we can say A is equal to A, B, C, D or something like that. So this is how we represent the set, and their elements are collected together and kept. So let's move further and let's see no, the Cartesian product, which will here mostly here Cartesian product. So let's say if A and B are two sets, and then how to define Cartesian product. Let's say A and B are two sets. Then the Cartesian product will be given by A cross B. And what is the meaning of Cartesian product? Is the set of ordered pairs of elements of A and B. So this is what the definition of Cartesian product: set of all ordered pairs of element of A and B. So how you define? So for example, you can write A cross B, that is the Cartesian product of two sets. So it can be written as where you have two ordered pair A B such that A element of A and B element of B. So this is how we can define the Cartesian product, and how you write the ordered pair in there. Similarly, you can say that no, real numbers Cartesian product R cross R, so it can be an ordered pair of X and Y, where such that the double dot, which means that such that X Y is element of R. So similarly, you can two or more sets Cartesian product, where you can write ordered pair X Y Z such that X Y Z is element of R, real number. So this is how you can define the Cartesian product, which is nothing but the ordered pairs of elements like this. And also there are some no, properties which you should understand. For example, let's say if the ordered pair is something like that, A dash B is equal to X Y, then this implies, this symbol implies X is equal to A and B is equal to Y. The other point you should have the property like number of elements in A if it is P, and number of elements in set B is equal to Q. Then if there is a Cartesian product A cross B, the number of element in this Cartesian product set should be P into Q. So that is another property. Cartesian product of empty set will be always empty. So if it is A cross the empty set phi, so it will be the Cartesian product will be always an empty set. The other property is the Cartesian product of two sets is not commutative. So you cannot have A cross B is not equal to B cross A. That is very important. Now coming back to the again the term relation, what it is. So a relation R from a set A to a set B is a subset of the Cartesian product A cross B, obtained by describing a relationship between first element X and the second element Y of the ordered pair in A cross B, the Cartesian product of A cross B. So let me write it in a word, so that would be easier. So for example, you can take let's say this is your ordered pair XY such that X is the first letter of the name, y, where x is element of A and y is element of B. Okay, so for example, you can see it is in the form of this pictorization. So let's say this is your set A, where let's say this is A, this is another element B, this is element C, and there is another set here, the B, where you say Aman, here it is Balram, here it is Chetan, let's say another one is Bali, right? So now you can see that as it says that ordered pair x, y, x is the first letter of the name y, where x is element of A, y is element of B. So now you can see the relation you can define. So let's say this is the relation one, this one is satisfying here, this one is satisfying here, this is also right. So this is the relation defined between set A and set B as the ordered pair of A cross B, that is another set, and the relation is such that x is the first letter of the name y and x is element of A and y is element of B. So you can have all such ordered pair where this relation is satisfied. So this is how you define that relation R from a set A to a set B, where it is a subset of the Cartesian product A cross B obtained by describing relationship between these two, and where a first element of x and the second element of y order pair A cross B. So this is all pictorially represented here for your convenience. So I think you should be able to now understand. So always remember the technical parts which we are saying and how we are representing, because this is all going to be foundation for you in future. So here when we say that the element x under a relation R is given by y, so this is the image of A to B. So a relation, the image in the y and the element of B is the image of A. So we can say xy is element of R, where y is image of x under relation R, this R which we have just defined above, and the set of all, like this here A, B, C, this is the set of all of first elements of the order pair are called domain. So this is domain, and the set of all second relation of the set elements of order pair is called of relation R are called range. So here Aman, Balram, Bali, Chetan, this is that range. Okay. Similarly, we read further about the function. So let me put it here because it is a review part from the previous one. So let's have the definition which we might have seen in the previous class. Function. A function f from a set A to a set B is a specific type of relation for which every element x of a set has one or only one image in B. So let me write it here. So now I think you understand the technical term, what is set, what is element, and what is image, as we discussed just now. So it says that a function f from a set A to a set B is a specific type of relation for which element x of set A has one and only one image y in set B. So you can write it like f such that A to B, the relation where fx is equal to y. So where we write it function function A to B. So here A would be what? A would be the domain, the set of first element, and then B would be the codomain of function f. So it will be codomain of f. And what would be the range? Range would be the range of function is a set of images. So all the images would be the set of the images would be called range, as we just seen above. And now some you can have a look at some algebra functions. Again, that would come later, but let me under revision we just put algebra, algebra of functions. So let's have a review to it as well. So for function is such that x to r, and if there is another function g is such that x to r, then we can have we have the following properties. So for example, you can write function f plus g. X can be written as f x plus gx, or element x element of x. You can have other property is f, the subtraction of the functions, equal to f x minus gx. For x element of x, the product f dot g x, you can write f x dot gx. For element x element of set x, if you can have a multiplication of constant with the function and then set, you can write k into fx, where x is element of x and k is element of real number. The division of function f by gx, you can write fx divided by gx, where x is element of x and gx is not equal to 0. So these are the some algebra of functions. So this is all some review what you might have studied in your class 11 related to that, and some technical term how to represent what is set, what is subset, domain, range, and some basic definition of relation and function, and some properties which you have seen in our previous lecture. So this is all about introduction part. We will again meet and we will discuss further about types of functions in our next lecture. So see you in next lecture where we will see types of functions, types of relations. Thank you.